The world is one big mess. We're in the middle of a situation we haven't tried before. We have to run our companies in this situation, and we have to prepare the companies for a future that we don't even know how will look like. Welcome back, I'm Frederick. So if we look at the current situation, there are some impacts that we are quite certain will happen to the world and to the world economy. One of them is what the economists called the 90% economy, referring to that the global economy will take a hit of 10 percentage points. This, of course, will have huge implications on global demand. So the next impact is the unemployment or the global recession that the world is in. The US haven't seen unemployment rates like this since the Great Depression. That too will have enormous effect on the demand worldwide. And at some point, when the families, the millions of unemployed, they no longer can provide for themselves, there is a huge risk that they will turn into crime. So you'll see civil unrest in parts of the world. The last thing, which is also fairly certain to be a big impact to the world, is the virtuality. Our remote from home has made us all virtually competent. And we are now used to dealing with our banks, our insurers, with our basically everything digitally. This has quite a few implications for the insurance companies. First of all, we can all expect a huge dip in demand. We will have to scale our companies after this. Another thing which is important to know about is that with the 90% economy, all of us will have relatively less money to buy our products from. That means that we will be focused on subscription-based services, pay-per-use services. So we will only buy products to the extent of where we're going to use it, how much we're going to use it, and when we will be using it. Not many insurers today are capable of constructing products like that. But we have to survive. We have to create a construct for the future that enables us to create an insurance company that can actually survive and thrive in a world that is unknown, in waters that are uncharted, so to speak. So if we're going to create a company capable of dealing with this volatile new normal, we have to look at what are the key traits of such a company. The definition of volatility is, of course, that we don't know how the market is going to fluctuate. We don't know what's going to go up and down. We have a almost certain knowledge that they will go down, but we don't know to what extent, and we don't know if they're going to come back up, when they will, and if it's going to be a lasting upturn or it's going to go down again. So when we're constructing our companies, we have to make sure that we're constructing it after a model that is as flexible as possible. A key way of constructing a flexible company is to make sure that as much as possible is outsourced. That means that the relationship with partners is going to be very, very important. You have to, as an insurer, look at all your non-core activities and find partners to which you can outsource these activities to. You have to find ways of leveraging existing partnerships. You have to find new partnerships to make sure that these new partnerships can help you grow. Bear in mind what I was saying before about the products, on-demand products. One of the things that I believe is going to be a future key for insurers is the ability to decompose or deconstruct insurance products into small bits and pieces, the smallest attributes possible, and then allow customers or distribution partners to put together the products at will so that the products are constructed exactly as the customers they need them for the time that they need them and to the extent that they need them. The fewest insurers are capable of doing that today. This is why when you're looking at the new construct, you have to look at what partners can we take in, what non-core activities can we outsource. So we are having a core in the insurance company that is as small as possible, with as few fixed costs as possible. Because when the markets they are fluctuating, we need to make sure that we have costs that can fluctuate with these fluctuations. This is one of the ways that can ensure that we are profitable even in downturns. Another thing that's extremely important to be aware of is that the insurers' existing core competences are under attack. Think about the insurers or banks that had a core competence in their branch network. Overnight, it's rendered useless. People are now staying home and handling their insurance needs. So in the new world, you also have to think about what are the core competences. And if you start to outsource your non-core activities, if you start to outsource some of your product development activities, then what's left as a core competence? Well, actually quite a few. It is just necessary to have an extreme change of mindset because we've been used to that we are keeping everything secret, and the way that we underwrite, the way that we create products, the way that we distribute products has been not a secret, but it's been one of the things that we've kept close to us because this has been one of our cores in the company, in the business. This is not so anymore. The new way of thinking is that we are partnering with everything and everybody around the world. We're even partnering with external companies for our underwriting, for our product definition needs, for our distribution needs, for the way that we construct the product. So what is left? Well, one of the things that's left is the way that we handle all these partnerships, because that's not going to be easy. When you're constructing a new company, you have to construct a company so the actual handling and management of the partnerships is within the company and is in a set of structured processes. So you are doing this better than anybody else. So you are kind of becoming a new platform for insurance products. So you're connecting partners, and maybe you're even connecting their partners with each other to enable them to reach further out in their markets. This is one of the core competencies of the future. I also see the opportunity or the option of decomposing the insurance products into the smallest possible attributes as a core competence. If you're capable of partnering up with external partners to price the smallest possible bits and get new prices when you start to construct new insurance products, then you have something that very few companies are capable of copying. So even though you are outsourcing basically everything of your company, you will still have these key core elements that will keep you ahead of the competition in the future. If you're planning to pursue a strategy like I've just been talking about here, a strategy where all non-core activities are outsourced to partners, that your products are atomized, then the way that you work is basically through and with partners, 100%, then you also have to be ready to make a lot of no-regret decisions. If you're presenting this model to your existing management team, chances are that you'll have some of the managers say, oh, this is not a good idea, or I don't want to believe in it, and this is not the right way of doing things. And that means they will fight against what you're doing. They will fight against the new construct. And of course, in many cases, it's possible to talk to people to make them understand that this is the new way of doing it. But in some cases, managers just have to make the decision and saying, okay, this is the way we are going. If you don't believe in it, if you don't want to be part of it, we have to separate. This also goes for the whole way the company is constructed. The traditional silos, the traditional ways of doing things is basically just thrown out of the window. It places a huge demand to the people in the organization because all of a sudden you have to work in a different way. You have to be agile. You have to change your ways of working to a completely new normal. You have to understand, how do we outsource these things? How do we find the right outsourcing partner? How do we make the processes the right way so we actually have these core competences, so we actually have something to build our insurance company on for the future? This requires a lot of hard decisions. This requires a lot of no-regret decisions, saying, okay, now we do this and we don't look back. If we just try to keep business as usual while we are changing some small things, we're not going to succeed with this. I sincerely believe this is what's required to build the insurer of the future. As always, I'd love to hear your comments. Thank you very much for listening. Stay safe and good luck. Goodbye.